Welcome back. I'm Calvin Statue Fanatic here with another review. And today is my first review, at least my premium format statue review of 2019. And this is of a statue that I have been waiting for quite some time. This is Orko from the Masters of the Universe. This statue has been delayed a number of times. It was supposed to come out this summer, but it kept getting delayed, and I got it just before Christmas. I wanted to do the video, but a lot of family in town didn't get a chance to get to the video. But today I'm going to go ahead and do the review and hope you guys enjoy it. So let's get started with the box as usual. Not a whole lot to say about the box. It's just basically pictures of Orko on the box, and it's on two sides of the box with some design, and then the Masters of the Universe logo on top, and the edition size on the bottom, 484 of 800. That, my friend, is the box. So let's put the box aside. And let's get started with the statue. So here you have it. This is Orko from Masters of the Universe Sideshow. This is actually a team up with Tweeterhead. This is in collaboration with Tweeterhead. Now, so far, Sideshow has had 4 characters, I think so far. Yes, 4 characters because I have 3 of them and I've done reviews on all 3 of them. He-Man, Skeletor, and Evil Lyn, and there's also She-Ra, which I decided not to get. And this guy will be the last figure that I get in this line of collectibles because these are my 4 favorite characters from the entire line. But what's really cool, they kept the same creative freedoms and themes that they had when they did the other 4 characters. So he fits really well in with the other characters. But let's get started with the review of this character. And right off the bat, I will tell you, I absolutely love this character. I love the statue and everything. I have spent quite a bit of time looking over this. And there's going to be something that I'm going to ask you guys at the end to do. I'm going to take a really sharp picture of something and ask all of you Super He-Man Masters of the Universe fans to figure something out because I was not able to figure it out. But before we get to that, let's talk a little bit about the statue. First, I'll do it once around because he looks really cool. I like him a lot. There's a lot of really amazing detail on this statue. He has quite a few elements. There's no mixed media here, and this happens to be the exclusive version. The exclusive version comes with the spell book, and the standard edition comes with the staff here, and I'll put that on in a minute. We'll start with the base. The base has a lot of detail. It keeps in line with the Castle Grayskull in terms of the motif. With the base, you see you have tons of detail and sculpting and texture throughout the base, and you have these 2 hooks that look like they might be metal, but they're not. They don't move at all. And as I turn it around, you can see that there is just a really great amount of detail on this statue. And the base did a really great job. Tons of texturing, tons of sculpting and detail. And as I move up, you know, a lot of people have various opinions about the whole translucent and all that kind of stuff. But I think this is done really well. As he's casting a spell, you can see the smoke or the energy from the spell he's casting, which he's engulfed in coming up. And they're using some translucent type material to do that, and it looks really good. And as you go up to Orko himself, now it's really impressive actually because he has this classic reddish type outfit on. However, there is a lot of tonality to it and there's a lot of sculpting to it. I'm by no means an art expert. I can only say what I like and what's appealing to me. And this happens to be very appealing to me. He has here some very static tones in terms of the red, and then it goes into this really dark reddish tone down here, which looks really cool. And then as far as you can see, there's this puff of smoke or energy coming up, and you can see his outfit kind of responding to the energy that's there, which is really cool. And there's lines going through here, sculpting going through here, detail going through here, texture going through here, which is really cool. And then the outside or the edges of this is painted in a different color. It looks purple, kind of sets it apart from the other part of the outfit, giving it a lot of depth and dimension, I think. And then when you go up to his belt and his bag of tricks, I guess, where he has the magic spells and all that kind of great stuff. He has a pouch right here that has a ton of detail in it as well, and it looks good. He also has the belt that's going around here with other ornaments and other types pouches on it. And then on his chest, he also has a ton of detail with this breastplate that he's wearing. There's tons of sculpting and detail and designs that are in it. And then the same thing on the back. He has a lot of detail here that looks like some type of bird, falcon, phoenix of some kind that's on the back of his shirt. And that looks really good as well. Now, he also has his face covered. I like it. I think it came out really well. It definitely stays in line with the rest of the characters in the Masters of the Universe in terms of their artistic freedom they took with the characters. And I personally like the updated version of these characters that they've done. I also like PCS's comic animated accurate versions of the characters as well. But this looks good as well. And then his hat with the point here looks great. Ears, all of that looks fantastic. And then he has this spell book that there's tons of writing and everything on the spell book. Now, this is where you guys come in. I need your help. Now, according to Sideshow's website, there are a bunch of Easter eggs that are in this spell book. I thought I was a really big Masters of the Universe fan, but as I looked over that and I put it under, like I took my cell phone and I magnified it to see things that I could see, and I couldn't figure it out. So that leads me to believe there are some super fans out there that probably can figure out and decode some of these Easter eggs. So in the notes below, if you're able to decipher what it is that Sideshow is saying is in this spell book, please put a note or a comment below. I would love to hear what you super fans have found out about the Masters of the Universe in terms of Orko and his spellcasting book. His hands here, both hands, sculpted really well. Lots of detail on the sculpt in his hand. And again, turning around, the smoke, all of this looks really, really cool. Now, I've kind of combined a lot of the aspects of it together, but I want to break something down. This is the one thing that stands out about this figure more than anything else, and that is the paint application. I didn't find one error. I don't know if I should say this, but this is a Sideshow piece, and I didn't find any paint errors, any spillover, anywhere on this piece whatsoever. From his breastplate here to the back of it to his, even here, the rings that he has on his 4 appendages here, because he doesn't have 5 fingers, he has 3 fingers and I guess 1 thumb. But the rings that are on here, I didn't find anywhere where the bluish, grayish paint touched the gold rings. I thought this is one of the best paint jobs that I've seen from Sideshow in terms of execution and making sure that it came out really well. The same thing with the base. All of it looks really amazing in terms of the paint job. I would love to come up with something that, you know, maybe a flaw or something on the statue, but I'm really hard pressed to do that right now. So I can't think of anything right now. You know, as I look at the belt here, there's just quite a few opportunities for this not to be as good as it is. But hey, they pulled it off, and good for you, Sideshow, because I've had some pieces that come in that, you know, just frustrate the hell out of me. Now, the standard piece comes with this, and it's the staff that he has, and it looks as good as the other pieces do as well. And I'm going to take this off and put the staff on. Now, you know what? I'm going to take that back. There is one thing that kind of bothers me about this piece, and that is how he fits into the base. I'm going to carefully take this out. As I take this out, there's a key peg there. And every time I have taken the arm off or removed him, he is wobbled. And that has scared me. He has not fallen out of it or anything, because this entire piece is sculpted. There are no mixed media on here, so if this drops, it's going to break. And as I put him back in here, the key goes in, there's a magnet, and he fits in there. But as you can see, he kind of wobbles a little bit, but he doesn't come out. So I guess that's okay. But again, if you guys can figure out what it is in this spell book that are the Easter eggs, I would really love to hear from you guys. So If you guys would be so kind and put notes below or comments below and let me know what you find, I'll make sure that I take some high quality pictures so you can actually see what's going on. And I will actually at the end of this video have one picture that stays up for quite some time so you can study it and pause it and figure out what it is that you see or zoom in, all those kinds of things. Now, that is pretty much it in terms of the Orko statue in collaboration with Sideshow and Tweeterhead. I think they did a fabulous job, fantastic job on this piece. But that's it for me. And if you want to stay on top of the latest in the world of collecting, please head over to mcecentral.com. That's Marvel's Collectible Entertainment, where you can find some of the latest unboxings, reviews of some of your favorite characters from studios like XM and Sideshow and others, Tweeterhead. And you can see some really cool toy hunts, pop-offs, just a lot of really cool stuff going on. And every week we're looking to bring something new, fresh, and exciting to you guys. And until next time, keep it marvelous.